Well, hello again, kiddos, and this is Random Breakout Mirage Village Season. Well, I hope. Okay, let's vote. I hope today we will be able to vote for who we want to vote. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna conveniently ignore that. I don't want to vote for Chili Pepper today. I'm feeling more of a. What you call it? More of a centipede kind of vibe, if you get what I'm saying. You know? Not a big fan of that debuff, but will live. Who are you? Ah yes, centipede, gimme. There we go. 13,000 points for well no, bear jellies, not jellies. There we go. Have I mentioned what was this cookie's name again? It wasn't Vagabond, right? No, it's not. Vagabond's the other cookie. Yakura cookie? Question mark. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't remember the names anymore. I know I remember titling this guy's video, but well. Anyways, I have to say this cookie has a stellar sense of fashion. Look at that. Really. Nice blue and purple you have going on there. Color scheme that goes really well. Especially with this little fan that comes out. You know, it's decorated with, I think, a bit of, let's see, pink? Yeah. A bit of pink designs on the middle of that little fan. I love that, you know. I love that kind of clothing. If I could, I would wear all types of weird clothing all the time. Not weird, but weird as in you know, probably not exactly very conventional in that sense, I guess. I mean, I have a thing for certain types of clothing, you know, like hanbok, hanfu, suits, cloaks, trench coats, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know why, but I just find it so intriguing. I just like wearing that type of clothing, you know. Sometimes I get stared at, or you know, cause my sense of fashion isn't exactly trendy. So it might end up looking a bit weird at times, honestly. I mean, me personally, I guess as long as it makes me happy, I usually just wear things, but people around me, mainly just like my parents, don't seem to think so, you know. But it is what it is, you know, different strokes for different folks. And I don't know why, but I can hear weird beeping sounds in the background. You guys probably can't cause it's really soft, but at first I thought that was maybe like some of the otters coming up from the riverbank again, but no. The otters are much more noisier than that, you know. Sometimes they pick fights with the cats over territory, but that's that story for another time. Yeah, it just sounds like maybe a car beep. It's not as loud as a car beep. Maybe some kid downstairs is just playing with particularly obnoxious sounding object or toy, so it's just making the weird beeping sound. I don't know. It goes like beep 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 beep, but a bit more, what do you call it, high pitch, if you will. Speaking of otters and whatnot, what's your favorite animal? I would like to know. Mine's actually well, it should be pretty obvious. It's the cat. You know, I'm a pretty basic guy. You know, basic bitch number 20A or something. You know, probably in a movie I'll probably be passersby number 247 that dies on the first scene in a car in the earthquake. You know, you just see them for 1 second, just to emphasize the scale of the damage, and that's it. That's just the entirety of my existence in the movie. But that's just how people work, you know. I mean, most of us aren't exactly protagonists, if you will. You know, most of us are. I mean, as much as we try, we aren't gonna go down history, man. You know, let's be honest here. Alright? how many people do you know that are just absolutely amazing at life? You know, they're geniuses, they're talented, they got born into the right circumstances, they're amazing at what they do, they have a lot of passion, but like they never really got that fame or recognition for it. You know, you get what I'm saying? Time is a fickle thing, you know. It may be relative, but it doesn't mean it isn't capricious at the same time. So there's that. It's kind of dumb if you think about it. In some sense, all I am right now is just like amalgamation of some universe dust in a form that allows me to speak like this. It's really kind of boggling when you think about it, but then again, I mean, I'm not exactly meant to understand it, am I? I do suppose. I mean, other than my own illusions of grandeur, like, I think we all know life isn't exactly made specifically for me to exist, so there's that. I mean, I didn't like to believe so because it feels like it, but you know, there's that. I'm nothing but everything I will ever know at the same time. It's a bit, what do you call it? Irritating to comprehend, so I probably won't bother anymore, but still. Definitely intriguing to think about. This is why I need to listen to music at night to sleep, cause holy. The amount of things my mind does to keep me from like having peace and sweet hope and dreams in my life, it's getting a bit ridiculous at this point. Hey, like, just let me sleep, you know. I mean, I'm lucky. I don't have insomnia or anything, but it's one of those situations where like I sleep too much and I know that, but also like it feels like I never have enough sleep at the same time. It's a bit sad, honestly, but what can I do, man? At least it's not worse, I do suppose. Speaking of which, why are all these like combi selections kind of ass? Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna get any votes this way, you know. But whatever, man. I appreciate anyway. I slushy cookie. You're a pretty girl, yeah, and you fly very nicely. Flying would be nice, you know. You know, if humans have irrational phobias, birds have them too, to some extent, right? Is there like a bird out there that just born like hating heights? I know that's probably not good for survival of the fittest or whatever, but like, you know, just kicking Darwin a little bit, just for the sake of our hypothetical theory here. Like, I mean, phobias are irrational, so there is probably like a pigeon out there who doesn't like, who's scared of heights, right? I mean, me personally, I would love flying, but also like, I would absolutely hate heights at the same time, you know. Like, it's one of those type of things where it's like you absolutely hate the heights, but you still love, you know, flying in that sense of liberation, you know. I guess maybe in some sense it's that illusion, maybe? I don't know. It's sort of feeling of being able to just leave your body behind when you fly above everything else. Escapism, if you will, but in a more literal sense. If humanity doesn't die out in like the next 50 years or so, due to certain unspecified reasons, I wonder if you'll ever get to a point where it's like, wow, humans can fly now, you know? And not just in like jetpacks or something, I mean like actual flying, like something that's accessible to the public, if you get what I'm saying. Speaking of jetpacks, that reminds me of something odd. Sometime back there was, well, Wow. By some time back, I mean probably in like a few months back, there was this whole hoo-ha about aliens and whatever. And then I remember watching these dudes like Mutahar, you know, Ordinary Gaming, that guy, this video on it. And then apparently some people claim that instead of like a video of aliens, there was this theory going around. It was actually like some illegal smugglers trying to scare the local people by running around in jetpacks and shooting past their houses in the middle of the night. So there's that for a theory. I feel like if smugglers had the gall and the means to run around with jetpacks in the middle of the forest doing this kind of stuff in the middle of the night, if, like maybe aliens would be preferable, man. You know, like, have we really come to this point? You know, it's one of those type of questions. What would drive a person to run around in a jetpack in the middle of the night, 12 midnight, to scare the local like indigenous peoples or like local inhabitants culture because you're doing illegal like gold mining or something? Kind of freakish to think about, but well, I think it got debunked sometime after, but you know, it's still a fairly entertaining theory to have, at the very least. Speaking of weird things, I don't like the hitboxes of those tiny little sparrow birds, like not the eagles, but just the like little sparrow birds that run around in this map. Like I hit myself on one of them just now, and it was like, no man, that hitbox, it's not fair. Like, his feather brushed by me and I fractured my leg from the impact. No man. Sparrows are cool and all, but like they are made of steel so far as I know. Not yet, at the very least. Why do you keep doing this to me? What's with you giving me chili? Fine, I'll do it. Yeah, you're awesome, but also like, come on. Oh, yes, please, gimme. All my debuffs have been removed. Ah, I am a happy guy now. Let's fly, let's play, let's go see the sky. And that is a very shared sentiment, my friend. If I sound out of it, and by that I mean like more out of it than usual, it's cause I just came back from... I went out to do some volunteer work to assemble some float or something for this parade called Qingdai. You know? It was alright, I guess. I mean, it was pretty like... Stop! Why does my jump button just not work sometimes? Holy, I pressed it then. But anyways, you know, not as mentally intensive as this game of Cookie Run we're having right now, but definitely more physically intensive, if you get what I'm saying. You had to do a bunch of drilling. It was not fun. As much as I like being a monkey and having loud noises blasted into my ears in the middle of the night so I can sleep, drilling noises not so much, you know. I mean, as volunteer work, I think it was decent, you know. People there were nice. The artist was really cool, really friendly. I quite liked him, and I even brought back this little jingly thing. They made it out of recycled materials and wood, so that was cool. Cause I've been thinking about having a wind chime recently, or making one, but like I don't exactly have the wherewithal to do so. So it's just kind of ended up being on my back end of stuff to do in the future, in the very very far future, where I'm actually productive. Well, making wind chimes, that is. I just like little dingly dangly things, you know. I'm that type of guy, you know. But it's alright, I guess. It's not too bad. Now I have like a bona fide wind chime anyways. Kind of. Oh, I guess, sure. I mean, my voting results are pretty crap anyways. I don't exactly have much to lose by switching everything over right now. So there's that. Coding. If only coding was actually as easy as just putting ones and zeros. And again, I probably still fail at it, honestly. Knowing my skills at math. Or anything just numerically related. Ooh, that was nice timing on the camera spot. Almost gonna miss all those little bear jellies hanging below. 01100. I don't think this guy got a buff this update time, which is alright, I guess. His compatriots surely did though. I think was it Cyborg Cookie? Yeah, Cyborg Cookie got a buff. A whole new costume. Maybe I can show you guys that at some point if I ever get to pick him, you know. But I think it's pretty decent. I like the way that like we get pet costumes and cookie costumes this time. And it isn't even based on RNG because we just get to buy it from the gem shop. Which is one of the nice things about like the changes to the reward system, personally speaking. It just makes the like, acquisition of all these things just feel much more fairer. Not fairer, but like, you know, I just don't feel left out. When I see like people have to pay to buy like pet costumes or whatever, at least I don't feel this burning primal urge within me to complain about devs' monetization systems, you know, like it just happens sometimes. But oh well. 29th place. We have not been doing very well, I guess. In terms of points, it's alright, I guess. But we definitely didn't get anything that will be counted as out there, you know, in terms of like, how do you call it, votes, I do suppose. Oh, who are you? Can I have? Sure. I mean, it's not like a terribly useful treasure either ways, and it really is RNG based to some extent, though I would have preferred if Candlelight took any of my other two treasures, which is, you know, a 1 out of 3 chance and re-roll the 0 on that, I do suppose. Does the comparison even make sense in the situation? Probably not. I think we all get what I'm saying, you know. There we go. 1, 2, 3, get me this coin. There we go. It is good for thumbnails though, I do suppose, no matter what the season. Cause no matter what you do, you're at the very least gonna be able to get like 300, 400 million at some point. And regardless of whether that is actually good in context of the season itself, you know, it's still good for the thumbnail, man. No content, little slime, am I? At least I don't make like children's content. It's really low-hanging fruit. Well, children's content isn't exactly low-hanging fruit, you know, but I mean like the really just low quality AI types. That's what I'm talking about. You know, like Finger Family? Yeah, that type. I mean, yes, while it is admittedly somewhat hilarious, there's a text-to-speech voice just going ham on 5 gorillas jumping on a bouncy bed. It's not exactly the most inspiring in terms of content creation possibilities for, you know, children, if you know what I'm saying. YouTube's just weird, you know. Well, we live in a capitalistic society, I guess, and YouTube's the one that has the monopoly, so we ain't getting off them anytime soon. At the ways bustling mirror shop, we have made it. Okay, give me those little dummies. Diamonds and crystals. Recently, I read about this whole TikTok thing, where apparently like kids were getting scammed by these crystal and gems sellers. You know, at least a whole bunch of them were. It was kind of sad, honestly. For me, I just feel like that's my equivalent of going online to buy embroidery thread, and it turns out I've been just why would you do this to me, game? Well, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that because like I'm a very fine, a nice, smart, genius person, and no, this is not happening. Ah, sure. Just take it, man. Take it all, Candlelight. 6 votes, thank you. It's alright, I do suppose. Sugar Swan with that little sparkly legendary buff with the stars that fall from the sky. Pretty like fitting if you ask me. She really gets a bunch of sparkly little glittery things during her original skill anyway, so it's nice. It's nice, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay, no. Let's see if we can save this. Okay, no, we can't. Alright. One world is akin to a single sugar egg. You know, does Sugar Swan poop out like her sugar eggs and those are her worlds? Like, imagine if I did that. You know, if I just took a shit before I showered just now and apparently in that murky poop. You know what? I'm gonna take my sudden inclination to cough my guts out as a sign from like lords that I shouldn't be talking about this stuff. So, you know what? I'll spare the young, delicate minds from the horrors I will share with you from deep within the bowels of my imagination. Bowels, ha ha ha. Love. Anyway. Oh. Man, I am out of it. Well, physical is like that, I suppose. Not exactly like I'm a good person or anything. I just like helping people for my own ego, but you know, it feels pretty good, yeah. Just don't tell the people I'm helping that, cause you know, I don't like being chased away with broomsticks. Why do I sound like it's a very specific experience that I, you know, have experience with? I will not say, but being chased with broomsticks is not a fun experience. And I've said the word experience one too many times, I think. But such is the nature of my vocabulary. Very limited. Tiny, you know. Petite. Diminutive, if you will. There we go. 887 million. Not bad. Sugar Swan's sparkly glittery saturated coloredness will make for 3 centipedes. Cool. Will make for a good like thumbnail shot or something. You know. Anyways, 9 votes. Yeah. Centipede cookie. I will never betray you. That's 200,000 points for all bear jellies. That's fun. It feels like it hasn't been a bit of a nothing episode, but then again, most of them are like that, so whatever, man. Comparison is the heart of all evil in the world. Maybe only like 20% of evil. Yeah. My eyes are very itchy right now, and I don't know whether it's just because cat fur got in my eye or like, you know, this furry Mike has decided to eat my eyeballs at last. But oh well. I quite like being able to see, thank you very much. And the fur has stopped eating out my cornea. Thank you very much. This much appreciated. Speaking of eyes, I went out just now and I got one of those spectacle chain things, mostly because I have a sports thing in a few days or so. And then they have put on the list of what stuff to bring. Like they recommended to bring one of those sports chains or like eyeglasses chains for your spectacles, just in case, I don't want to go for the whole trip. And then it turns out my spectacles just sunk into the water while I wasn't looking, and they're gone forever, and that's like $200 down the drain. So you know what, I like being able to see. Thank you very much. As much as I complain about the state of my diarrhea in the toilet, like being able to see is, a good thing. So maybe not losing my spectacles, or like adjust my visibility aids. That would be pretty great. Just don't lose them. So now I'm wearing those. It's not exactly common to wear these things, I guess. The older you get, the more likely you see people wearing like eyeglass chains and all, but like for me personally, it's really not. I don't see many people do that a lot of the time. But it's alright, we'll live with it. And I quite like the look of it, I'm gonna be honest with you. There was some percentage of my purchase that was motivated by how it looked, and I like eyeglass chains. It's just a pity this one is more utility based, so it's just like small and black, but I'm happy anyways, at least I have something. Well, that aside, yeah, and the run, almost 2 billion points, surprisingly well done considering like the whole state of the run so far, honestly speaking. Anyways, as usual, let's just say a thank you to our comrades here for running with us, and thank you to you two for watching all the way here. Well, take care of yourself. Don't start coughing on like furry mics or anything. It's not a fun experience. Yeah. And love ya.